If you're trying to work with brands and you're struggling to get your first one, I have some tips that may help y'all, and I think this video was meant for you. Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Yamini, and in today's video I'm really excited because guys, I got my first brand deal about a month ago. I've been meaning to make a video about this, but y'all, your girl has started back school. I'm in my last semester and she's almost a graduate, but anyways, that's besides the point. In today's video, I'm gonna be going over how you guys can get your first brand deal and how to reach out to them and not be so nervous. I guess that's easier said than done because anytime you are reaching out to a brand, it can definitely be nerve-wracking, especially if it's something new and you've never done it before. You're gonna be sitting there like, how do I even say hi to them? Because what if I say hi wrong and they're like, don't want to work with her. No, they're not gonna do that. Most of the time when a brand tells you no though, don't take it to heart because brands are not always gonna say yes. They're gonna have moments where they're like, oh, we're not looking for anybody, we don't need any promoters, XYZ. But don't let it discourage you because sometimes the way of getting misdirected can also be a way to another opportunity. So just take it with a grain of salt and don't take it personal. But I got some tips on my phone. Y'all know I always make them so that way I can make sure I don't forget anything in my videos. And I always try to make sure that my videos are a fairly good length so that way I don't tire y'all out, you know, because making videos and making them long, it's not the move. You don't want to have a dragged out video. Alright y'all, so first things first, how to reach out to a brand for the very first time. So honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous, I was scared, and I was watching other influencers on YouTube and I saw different tips and different videos, and I also went on TikTok too, y'all. TikTok has really good emails to pitch to brand ideas, and they also tell you what all you need in order to send an email to them, like what you need in the email, like the details, like a media kit and all of that. And it was really helpful, so it helped me to develop more confidence when reaching out. But one of the main things is I'm also gonna show y'all my email that I sent to my brand that I got my brand deal from, which is Blushmark. And Blushmark is super cute, y'all. I was doing Fashion Nova clothes a lot whenever I first started doing, you know, my whole influencing thing, and Fashion Nova was a brand that I was really looking forward to working with. However, they're not looking for any promoters at this time, so I saw it as a nice way of getting another opportunity elsewhere, and I did. They told me, pretty much they said no, but then Blushmark picked me up, and now I have my very first brand deal, and it's going really well. I'm just really grateful. And so with that being said, y'all have that same chance. Y'all have that same opportunity. It doesn't matter how many followers you have. Well, in a way it does, but not really. There's people who have 1,000 followers and they have a brand deal and they're influencing too. So it's all about how you present yourself through the email because they don't know who you are. And they're gonna be like, okay, so we have a ton of emails every day. What's gonna set her apart, or what's gonna set him apart to where I wanna work with them, and why would I want them on my team, you know? So you wanna have a very creative email. I'm gonna pull up my email right now that I sent to Blushmark when I reached out to them. I'll get into the whole process of what I did, but I'm also gonna just, since I already brought it up, I'm just gonna go over the email, but I also wanted to tell y'all about the little step-by-step process and how I reached out to them and how I got to the point of sending them an email. Let's see. Alright, so when I first reached out to them, here's the email. It says, good afternoon to the PR team of Blushmark. My name is Yamini Johnson and I'm a new upcoming aspiring fashion influencer on Instagram at YaminiJ with 11.9k followers based out of Arlington, Texas. And this is all completely new to me and blah blah. And then I just went into detail about myself a little bit, and then I also put my media kit at the bottom. They just want to see how well you're engaging with your followers and how well your followers are engaging with you. Now, for me, I know I still have work to do, but I'm working at it pretty much every day. Throughout the week, I'm always finding ways to improve my engagement and how I can engage better with my followers and how I can just, you know, get better at posting on my Instagram since it's a business, since that's what I'm doing. You always have to make sure that you're paying attention to the little details behind the scenes as well. Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all about the process of what I went through whenever I started reaching out to other brands before I even got that email sent back and I got the email address from them. So I reached out to them on DMs through Instagram. Let me pull that back up too. Okay, so I found it, guys. I found the screenshot, thank God. Okay, so this was on January the 7th when I reached out to them and I was like, hi, my name is Yamini and I'd love to post content for you guys in exchange for some items. And then they sent back a little, I wanna say it's like a little automated thing. So They send you this list of stuff. You have to be at least 18 years or older. You have to be in the United States or Canada, and you have to create good quality content, and then you have to be a public account. Really easy, simple stuff that anybody can do. It's really not hard. I highly recommend reaching out to Blushmark if you're wanting to have like a nice, good starting brand, because they're really, really good and they're super nice. Whenever I did reach out to them, guys, I was just kind of confident. I was just myself, and whenever I put my email out there, I made sure that the subject was different than most people. I didn't want to just put influencer collab or, you know, interested in collabing, you know, stuff like that, because they see those types of emails every single day. So 9 times out of 10, if they see that, they're just gonna overlook it and they'll probably just toss it to the side like they do most emails. So that's why I put 1, 2, 3, my name is Yamini. It may sound funny and it was kind of just random, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to make up something that will catch their eye. So I did 1, 2, 3, my name is Yamini, because it kind of rhymed and it went together, and I just didn't want to feel like I was being, you know, basic or having a simple email just like everybody else. I wanted to be different. What to say / include in your email and DM. So that includes media kit, intro, social media handles, all of that. So whenever you are sending out your email, you want to put in all of that important information. It's like the meat and the cheese and the lettuce of a sandwich. Just like the juicy details, you know, they need all of that. So a media kit is like a resume, but for a brand. So you know how whenever you make a resume, you have a list of jobs that you work for. A media kit is pretty much the same thing, just it's showing how many brands you've worked with, and if you're just not starting out, who you have been working with, and what kind of skills or what do you offer. So if you offer good quality content, if you offer just anything that you're good at that they want to see, they're going to take you. You know, it's not about how much experience, it's also about what you can give to them and what you can provide for that brand. Because some people are like, oh, well, I don't have any experience under my belt, I don't have any experience with influencing yet. It's okay, somebody's going to pick you up and then you'll get that experience. Now that I have Blushmark as my starter, other brands will see that in my media kit. And making a media kit is really not hard. I'm literally going to leave a link down in my description box so that way y'all can go ahead and make y'all's media kits if y'all are really striving to work with y'all's first brand. So I'm gonna help y'all out, because you know, it's what I do, it's what I do best. The next thing that they're gonna need is your social media handle, which is pretty much your username on Instagram and what you use on your other social media platforms. You just give them that, and then that's really it. A social media handle is just a fancy word of them saying, what is your Instagram name? Because you gotta be searchable and all that. Also, guys, remember this. It's okay if they tell you no. If a brand tells you no, do not get upset. Like I mentioned at the very beginning of this video, sometimes being told no can put you in a direction where you can start to get more opportunities. So I'm gonna tell you what happened with Fashion Nova so that way y'all can see what I mean. And whenever I was reaching out to brands, I reached out to Fashion Nova as one of the first few ones that I did want to work with, because I had been promoting them for a while and they were commenting and they were also liking my pictures. However, after a while of doing that for so long, I noticed that they kind of stopped doing that. So I don't know if they were ever really interested in me at one point, but I don't want to say that they didn't, you know, support my page. I don't know if they got annoyed because I always tagged them in my stuff, so I was just kind of like, I don't know. But to make a long story short, I DM'd them and I asked them if they were looking for any influencers at this time, and they pretty much kindly told me no. So I was like, all right. I didn't cry, I didn't get upset. I was like, I'll just see it as an opportunity to get more opportunities to work with brands, and I'll just keep reaching out, and eventually someone is going to pick me up. And they did. It ended up being Blushmark, and now I am an ambassador for them, and it's really fun. They only require me to do 2 types of content a month, and that's really not that bad at all. That's really reasonable. I have to balance out school and working on top of that, so it's really benefiting in my favor. But you're gonna get told no. I mean, that's just life in general. Like, even if you're wanting to work at a certain job and you get interviewed, or even if you reach out and you're like, hey, are you guys hiring at this time? They'll tell you straight up, no, we're not, or we don't need anyone at this time, but we'll keep your resume on file and blah blah blah. Same thing with brands. So just because they tell you no from the beginning, it doesn't mean you can't try again later on in life, because I will probably reach out to Fashion Nova later on throughout my journey of being an influencer. You can at some point just go back to them if you ever feel like, oh, I want to still work with them. If they are a brand that you have envisioned and imagined yourself working with, then there's no harm in you reaching back out to them later on when you feel like you're in a better position than you were when you first started. Just see no as a window of opportunity to grow and change. It's not a negative thing. Don't look at it like that. Keep reaching out to other brands other than your dream brand. So this kind of does touch on what I just talked about. So when a brand does tell you no, it should give you a drive and motivation to continue reaching out to other brands, because you don't want to just get idle and just be like, you know what, I just give up. I don't want to reach out to anybody else now because my dream brand just told me no. Don't do that. If anything, it should inspire you to want to keep reaching out, because you want to see who's gonna bite and who's actually willing to work with you, versus just getting upset and staying sad and then moaning and groaning all day about who doesn't want to work with you and who does. That's not how life works. You're not gonna always get your way. People aren't always gonna see your potential, and they're not gonna see it right away. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of time. How long does it take until they respond? It depends on the brand. Blushmark didn't take long at all. I was literally messaging them throughout the day, and they would respond within a few minutes to maybe an hour at the latest. Like, they were on it. Especially when they're online and they're active on their Instagram accounts, then that's how you know, okay, so they're gonna be more responsive. You have a higher chance of actually speaking to them. They might send over the PR email, so that way you can start to get your email constructed and all of that. So I made sure I did everything in a timely manner, so that way they can go ahead and review all my stuff and I can just get it out the way. It only took a day, literally. Like, it took that whole day. Seriously, from the morning to the very end of my day, they were responsive, and I really appreciated them for that. How I got my first brand deal and ambassadorship. Really and honestly, guys, when I first got it, I couldn't believe it, and I was just like, wow, like, this is really happening. And I kind of spoke it out into existence. I told myself that I would have my very first brand deal by the time January starts. And when January came, I got my first brand deal and ambassadorship, and I was super excited, guys. I had never felt so proud of myself, and it just felt like I had accomplished so much, even though it was one brand. But I knew that I was on the road to working with them, and I knew that that's what I wanted to do. So I told myself, Yamini, you're gonna get to work with brands, you're gonna do this, and so will y'all. Literally, just believe in yourself. Confidence does go a long way, and I know that doubt can creep in because we're humans. You know, we're all gonna doubt ourselves a little bit at some point, especially if you see other people. You literally can't focus on them. Just focus on yourself. Just compare how far you've come from the beginning versus now. When I did my email, I didn't know what was gonna happen. I just knew I had to send this email out if I was gonna get recognized or noticed at least, and the rest is history. And so now I have my first brand and ambassadorship. But I believe in y'all. I always tell y'all I believe in y'all. I believe in my followers and my subscribers. Do not limit yourselves. Just try to keep a positive outlook on everything, and don't think that everything is meant to happen towards you. Things are happening for you. So, but that is the end of this video, and I really hope that you guys, you know, can take some things from this video, and I hope that it helps you guys feel a lot better, so that way when y'all do reach out to those brands and start making y'all's emails, y'all will feel less nervous and less anxious about it, because everybody has to start somewhere, and you always have to do your first anything, your first job, your first interview, everything. And it's gonna be scary at first, but as you start to do it, it'll become second nature to you. So yeah, but I will see you guys in the next video, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I love you guys so much. So y'all have a good one, stay safe, bye.